Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling, checking your phone for the 100th time, completely overwhelmed by memories. It is such a universal, deeply isolating experience. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to talk about the absolute agony of heartbreak. And more importantly, we're diving into the fascinating science behind why it is just so incredibly hard to let go. I want you to be really honest with yourself for a second here. Have you ever promised yourself you'd stop thinking about your ex? Like you deleted their number, you hid all their photos from your camera roll, only to catch yourself wondering what they're doing the very next hour? You're lying in bed, mentally replaying a conversation from 3 years ago. Look, if you're nodding your head right now, I really need you to hear this. You are not crazy, and you are definitely not alone. It's so easy to sit there and beat yourself up, right? Wondering why you can't just move on like a normal person. You tell yourself, I just need more willpower. I need to be stronger. But here's the thing. Your struggle to let go is not a lack of willpower. It's a very real, very powerful, automatic neurological response. Your nervous system is reacting to a massive, jarring change in your environment. You aren't weak. Your brain is actually just doing exactly what it was wired to do to protect you. Let's break down what that actually means.
So, part 1, your brain on heartbreak.
To really understand what you're feeling, we have to look under the hood at the science of what happens when a relationship ends. When researchers put heartbroken people into brain scanners and showed them pictures of their exes, something absolutely amazing happened. The exact same areas of the brain that light up when you, say, break an arm or accidentally touch a hot stove, they lit up like a Christmas tree. To your brain, romantic rejection isn't just a sad emotion. It registers as literal physical agony. Your body is processing the loss as actual trauma.
And there's a fascinating reason for this, and it dates back to the dawn of humanity. Losing love creates an actual evolutionary stress response. Think about our ancestors thousands of years ago. If your tribe or your mate rejected you and you are left all alone out in the wilderness, you might freeze, you might starve, you wouldn't survive on your own. So evolutionary psychology suggests that we are hardwired to feel this searing psychological pain upon a breakup, so we don't take it lightly. Your modern brain still thinks a breakup is a literal threat to your physical survival. It is basically hitting the panic button to keep you alive.
Which brings us to section 2, the chemistry of missing them. Believe it or not, there are shocking parallels between romantic attraction and drug addiction. When you're falling in love, your brain's reward centers are absolutely flooded with feel-good chemicals, especially dopamine. Every text, every touch, every laugh, it gives you a hit. Over time, you become chemically dependent on that specific person. So when they leave, your brain enters a state of clinical withdrawal. You experience the exact same cravings, obsession, and depressive symptoms as someone coming off a powerful substance. Your body is literally crying out for what it lost. When the relationship ends, your dopamine plummets, and your brain basically starves. That dopamine withdrawal is exactly why you find yourself staring at your phone at 2 a.m., hoping for a text, or endlessly scrolling through their social media trying to find out what they're up to. It is not because you lack self-respect. It's simply because your brain is demanding a hit of a chemical it's very used to getting. You are in the middle of a massive dopamine withdrawal, and your mind is desperately looking for any possible way to fix that uncomfortable emptiness. And here is the truly cruel irony of it all, captured perfectly by biological anthropologist Helen Fisher. She said, as the adored one slips away, the very chemicals that contribute to feelings of romance grow even more potent. When someone pulls away, your brain goes into overdrive trying to win them back. It pumps you full of stress hormones and dopamine to give you a massive spike in energy. The unfortunate result? Right after a breakup, your desire for them is chemically engineered to be stronger than ever. Your own biology is tricking you into obsessing over them. Moving on to section 3, the anxious avoidant trap. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but my ex was terrible to me. Why do I miss someone who treated me so poorly? Well, surprisingly, toxic up and down relationships are actually the hardest ones to walk away from. The culprit here is intermittent reinforcement. Think of it kind of like playing a slot machine. If a slot machine pays out every single time, your brain gets bored. If it never pays out, you walk away. But if it pays out just randomly enough to keep you guessing, you are completely hooked. The brain hates predictability, so when a partner showers you with affection one day and ignores you the next, it trains your nervous system to become hopelessly addicted to the uncertainty. This perfectly contrasts the roller coaster of love bombing with the quiet reality of genuine affection. Love bombing creates these intense highs and crashing lows. It's a destabilizing, anxiety-driven rush that feels intoxicating, just like a roller coaster drop. But genuine affection, it's a quiet, steady anchor.
It provides calm nervous system safety. The problem is, if you're used to the chaotic roller coaster of intermittent reinforcement, the calm, safe reality of a healthy connection might actually feel a little boring to you at first. You've essentially been conditioned to mistake anxiety for chemistry. And this creates a brutal trap. You have the anxious partner who is flooded with panic. They are constantly pursuing, texting, and chasing the other person just to get that quick dopamine relief of connection. On the other side, you have the avoidant partner who feels entirely overwhelmed by those exact demands. So what do? They brace themselves, pull away, and retreat. It turns into this endless, exhausting cycle of one person desperately chasing while the other runs away, keeping both of their nervous systems trapped in a constant state of high alert.
Section 4. Why we remember the good. So if the relationship was a toxic roller coaster, why are you sitting around crying over that one perfect sunset walk you took together, totally forgetting the massive relationship-ending argument you had the very next day? It all comes down to hindsight bias. Your brain wants that dopamine hit so badly that it literally hides your bad memories. It assigns an artificially high, positively distorted value to your ex. You aren't actually remembering the person who let you down. You're remembering a highly edited highlight reel that your brain actively created to trick you into going back. It's a comforting but false illusion.
Finally, Section 5, Rewiring for Real Love.
So how do we break these deep neurological habits and actually heal? The goal is something psychologists call pendulation. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying you can swing towards your partner for closeness and safely swing back to being independent without freaking out or building a massive emotional wall. Think of it like a rubber band gently stretching and returning, or just the natural rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. It's the secure rhythm of a healthy relationship. But to get there, we have to put in the work to repair our deepest attachment wounds. Here are some practical steps to recalibrate your nervous system. First, slow down the urgency. When you feel that desperate panic to reach out, just pause. Give yourself 24 hours. Second, sit with the discomfort. Don't immediately grab your phone to distract yourself or numb the pain. Just let that uncomfortable feeling sit in your chest for a minute. I promise it won't destroy you. Third, do the deeper trauma work, often with a professional, to understand your early relationship maps and why you accept the love you do. And fourth, you just have to allow actual, uninterrupted time to grieve. By doing this, you're building what is known as earned secure attachment. I absolutely love this concept because it means your past does not dictate your future. You are not permanently broken. Through therapy, practicing intense self-compassion, learning to communicate your needs clearly, and maybe most importantly, learning to tolerate healthy, steady, peaceful love even when it feels a little boring, you can completely rewire how your brain connects with others. Peace feels boring when you're used to chaos, but peace is where real love actually grows. As you do this work, please remember, grief is not a weakness. It is the bridge to your new life. You have to grieve the relationship you thought you had. You have to grieve the time you spent trying to fix the unfixable. Crying, resting, and validating your own pain is the mandatory foundation for moving forward. You can't build a beautiful new house on a messy foundation that you haven't taken the time to clear yet. Your brain is healing from a very real injury, so be deeply patient with yourself. So the very next time you catch yourself missing them in the middle of the night, ask yourself a simple question. Are you really missing the actual person, or are you just missing the chemical high your brain is starving for? If this explainer helped you understand yourself a little better, subscribe to Relationship Vault, because love isn't luck, it's a skill.